Picked up this Grizzly 660. It's a 2006, and broken when I bought it. Got a good deal on it, of course. Everything seems good. Guy did a lot of work to it. Changed out the CV shafts, I think one drive line, a couple other things. But basically, what this guy did was he was trying to service it, just kind of, I guess, like a beginner mechanic. And well, everything was going good, I suppose, but the primary that has the wet clutch there, it has reverse threads on the end of the shaft. And you wouldn't, you think you made it that far, you took it apart, you figure you wouldn't have any issues, but, well, so what he did was, I guess, he attempted to put it on right hand, it's left hand threads. I mean, there's no threads at all gone. The nut was on when I took it apart, because he had it all back together and everything, but obviously it didn't work so great. So I don't know where I even stuck the nut. Oh, here it is. So threads are gone, but it was on there, but it wasn't all the way on. And then he was running it and everything, it wouldn't move, but running the motor. And so what that did was it messed up the fan. So like one of the sheaves, that one, it's a fan. Fan on the inside, sheave on the outside, but it's supposed to draw air across and keep everything cool. Well, you can see it's splined. You can see the splines are gone. I mean, they are gone. Just got a little bit of spline left on the outside. And so I'm gonna need a new one of those. Gonna need a new shaft. I'm looking at the wet clutch here, and I mean, that little brown area is the usable clutch, and it looks fine. I mean, there's plenty of usable clutch. I looked at pictures of new ones, and it looks fine. So I'm not really working on replacing that. So I'm gonna replace this this shaft, which also has this piece here that the wet clutch grabs and turns the primary, and then this guy's the secondary. My big issue or question was, he told me that it was this piece down here, the piece that comes off. I was really worried that it was going to be this piece that was actually the piece that was messed up, and the only way to get that out is to pull the motor, crack the case. I mean, you're looking at, you might as well just buy a new one, unless you just, I don't know, you're bored, you want a challenge or something like that. Sure. I ain't got that kind of time. I don't want to pull this thing apart any further than I have to. So that's it. I'm gonna order those parts and a couple other little odds and ends, and then put it back together. Make sure that the freaking right hand nut goes on the right hand side, and then the left hand goes on this, and it's all put together properly. Get new gaskets and all that kind of good stuff. And the thing runs great. I really, I mean, I've never driven it. I have no idea, but the tires seem good. Everything's good. It's got this armor on the back, and then underneath, it looks like it needs to be straightened out. Some of the fasteners are missing, but it's got the same thing in the front and then under the entire belly of it. So there's like the lens cover is missing. That's another thing to put on the list. But like I said, the CV shafts are all new. Wheel bearings are all new. I think drive-line's new. There's a light bar on the front. Plastics, so-so. But, what are you going to do? It's got a winch on it. He said it's been having problems, but I don't think I'm going to have a problem fixing it. It seems like it's functioning. So, I'll just order my parts and wait, and we'll see if I can get this thing up and running.